Okay, here we go. The next speaker is Randy Shearer. Randy and I and Larry are probably the nucleus.
Inner
molecule.
Inner club.
You can think of it as the water molecule. Larry is the oxygen. I'm the hydrogen. Randy is also the other hydrogen. We're like always buzzing around Larry. You know, we're always hanging around together. You know what, Larry? Randy is like me. He's got a gazillion stories. I don't need to. There's no further introduction required. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Randy Shearer.
So I met Larry when I started playing squash, and I think it was probably about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, around there. So I played squash with Larry. I think when I started playing squash, I think I was able to beat him. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but for a while I was beating him, and I haven't beaten him for 5 years, so I'm glad he's leading down. Because when I watch him play, I should be able to beat him. Yeah, really? There's funny stuff. I've never seen the cartwheel, but everything else, oh, crazy stuff. Anyway,
I gave up the game after that.
It gets dangerous out there. Just a couple of very short stories. Larry and I became good friends playing squash, and then found each other, bored one night. Thought, let's just have dinner. So I've had Larry over to my house, and I've been to his place with his family several times. And inevitably, Larry wants to help cook, and I'm what I think is a great accomplished cook. But Larry would jump into the kitchen and he'd help out. And what I learned about Larry, he's a great barbecuer, and I thought I was. I thought I could do a great job in the barbecue, but Larry undeniably beats me every time. He really is a good person on the barbecue. But I have learned to watch carefully everything that goes on prior to the meat going on the barbecue. I don't trust him. And I'll tell you a story about why I don't trust him. Some of you may have heard this story before, so I apologize for repeating it, but for those of you who haven't heard it, if you get invited to Larry's house for dinner, watch carefully how the food gets prepared. I was doing something, I don't know what I was doing. He was doing something else, and he was preparing chicken that we were going to do. We had marinated, or I don't know what we were doing. He was cutting the meat off the bones or something. And unlike my style, Larry's style is to just splash things everywhere. He had chicken juice all over the counter. It was all over the counter, and I don't like it going in around the sink with a little metal lip. Because you can't get that stuff out again, right? The bacteria goes in there, and nasty. Someone gets sick and dies, right? Larry's got this chicken juice running all over the place, right? And I'm watching it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, Larry, here's a cloth, wipe that stuff up, This goes on for 15 seconds or so, and I'm looking, now it's dribbling off the counter, over the lip of the counter and down onto the drawers down the front, and I'm like, oh my God, the silverware drawer is open. Oh, no! Right? I said, we gotta clean this up. He goes, no problem, I got it. So I go back to what I'm doing, and I'm watching him, and he's got the cloth, and he opens the silverware drawer wide enough to be able to put the cloth in, on the top of the silverware, and he closes the drawer. There's chicken juice in the bottom of the trays where the silverware sit, right? He got the stuff on top, but the juice on the bottom and all the silverware is still there. I'm just warning you. I don't let him play with chickens in the kitchen anymore. Do love you, man, but how you live? Kids, you all didn't end up in hospital every weekend. I don't know. Anyway, there's something I didn't hear mentioned yet. I'm not taking anybody's thunder to play squash. And for those of you who don't play squash, there are a few comments, and maybe it's part of the game. We all get in our mind. We get very competitive on the court. We all have these little sayings. Larry's saying is, take it easy on the old out-of-shape gimpy guy. Yeah. Every time you go to play the game, this is what, and then he beats my ass like a pulp on the floor. It's pretty competitive, but take it easy on the old out-of-shape gimpy guy, and then the game begins, right? And I get my lesson. So keep going. We need somebody to take the position of the old out-of-shape gimpy guy. Steve Schwartz? Steve Schwartz. We need a volunteer. Steve, you gonna take that on? No? Graham, I'm on the point of Graham. I think Graham is there. There we go. Anyway, Larry, it's been a great time getting to know you. Love you as a dear friend, and looking forward to your adventures and hearing stories about them. And I'm sure I'm somehow going to end up there visiting.
We'll go up there.